Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. And of course, a special bit of love for anyone watching us on the replay. Steve Knapp here, the Mindset Warrior. And this morning I am joined by the amazing Camille, who I have looked through the bio, and this lady has lived an amazing life. Almost looks like 1, 2, 3 lifetimes already, with so much more exciting things to come. So yeah, lovely, warm welcome to you, Camille. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. It's so exciting because I am one for about 15 plus years to want to eradicate the stigma of mental health, illness, and bring it to wellness.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Brilliantly said. I love that. Yeah. Wellness wins hands down, doesn't it?
Yes. Wellness is the best.
Awesome. Just before we get going, there's a few quick fire questions that Kerry, the mental health warrior's wife, loves to hear the answers to see if people like the same things as her. So we'll just fire off a couple of those quick ones.
Sure.
Now, okay, number 1, cats or dogs?
Both. I have one of each. I have Maximus the warrior. I named him my cat. He's fierce and he's a teacher to me. And I have Bijou, a Bichon Frise, and I call him Benevolent Bijou because he is he's my shadow, always with me, and he kind of is my teacher in a shadow sense side of me.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, Kerry will love that. As soon as she hears cats are on the agenda, she's very happy. And her next favorite one, does pineapple belong on pizza?
No. I'm from New York. Pineapple on pizza, not for me, and I wouldn't serve it.
But woman after my own heart. And coffee or tea?
Mostly coffee, but I do enjoy a cup of chamomile tea or green tea with jasmine or lavender.
Yeah, beautiful.
Raw honey.
Excellent, excellent. And what would be your dream holiday destination?
Oh my goodness. I've been telling everybody, once I make a beautiful serving gift of myself in education, teaching, coaching, I'm going to take everybody to Fiji. So that is that's my dream destination right now.
I love it. Beautiful part of the world too. Not too far from where I am.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Are you in the London area proper, or?
I'm in Australia.
Oh my gosh, I had no indication that you were.
Yeah, I'm in Melbourne.
Oh, wonderful. No wonder why it's 5 a.m.
Yeah. The sun will come up in a couple of hours. And my last one, if you had a superpower, what would it be?
A superpower?
Yeah.
Well, I feel I have a superpower. I have the gift of psychic ability at times and channeling. And for me, that's plentiful enough.
Yeah, that's an amazing one too.
Thank you.
That's just beautiful. Well, thanks so much for answering those for us. It's always good to get to know each other on a very high, important spiritual level, like pineapple on pizza.
Pepperoni, maybe. Mushrooms, maybe. But
yeah, I can do both of those, but not pineapple.
No.
Oh, beautiful. Well, let's get started. I know you mentioned just before that you had something special for us to begin with. I'm very excited.
When years ago I was actually looking for perfection in my life within me, and I did some sweat lodges with Native Americans in Long Island, New York, and so a lot of times I do grounding. And I got this card this morning from my shaman about giving away ceremony. I wasn't sure I was going to do it, but since the card said so, I feel I want to share that.
Great.
So if anybody watching or watching later just closes their eyes, and I will keep my eyes open so I can light the white sage, and we'll say a centering prayer.
Yeah.
O white sage, we call in the white light of love. We call in Mother, Father, God, and we call in the Holy Spirit. Come, Holy Spirit, fill the hearts of your faithful. Kindle within us the fire of your love, and send forth your spirit so that we and thou together can create a new energy, a new consciousness, a new beginning of a new life on this planet Earth that we're so blessed to be upon, live upon, walk upon, breathe and share its energy. With everything we are, we ask that the consciousness of the space be with co-creation of every message, of each word, thought, deed, action, gesture, and intention. May it be for the highest good, the most benevolent reasons, and for the good of all of the world. And so it is.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's a perfect way to start an interview. Now I feel totally grounded and at peace and calm, and yeah, that's what we need. We just might have to bring you in at the start of every one so we can ground ourselves before we get going. That'd be magical.
It's a lovely opportunity to center our hearts and beat as one with Mother Nature, and then bring in the cosmic energy and bring them together into and through us.
I love that, because I've got to admit that I spent probably the first almost 40 years of my life having not an ounce of spirituality, ability to speak English, apparently. But yeah, spirituality, we'll give up on that. And yeah, the cosmic stuff. And then, yeah, the last few years I've gotten right into all of it, and I'm just being totally open to allowing everything to come through, and just having that wider awareness, and it just opens your eyes and your third eye to a whole different world. Just what's out there. Brilliant.
Yes, it does. It's a gift that we all hopefully will share together one day.
Yeah, definitely. One day. Oh, Adam's picking on me. He said, "Spit it out, Steve. Stop stumbling your words." Come on, mate. It's just got 5 a.m. I've got to rig my brain for how to speak.
Yeah. May I ask you, are you coffee or tea?
Tea. Much like you, I prefer green tea and, not really normal teas, but, green tea and a bit of chamomile and things like that, and anything that sort of soothes the insides.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So, Adam, I want to say hello to Adam and Carrie.
Beautiful. They're definitely watching. And now, Camille, I'd love to let us know where it all began. Where did all of this start?
Okay. Well, my first initial breakdown I always consider them breakthroughs after I learned a lot through the process of having breaking down. My onset was at 19, but then in looking back, reviewing, contemplating, reflecting, I recall when I was in dance class, there were times when I was very small and I would go into class and I would be kind of looking in the mirror and very depressed. And my dance teacher would put on music of Wear Your Happy Face. And it was a song that she sang, and she hugged me and we talked, and then I would move on. But before that, I didn't want to begin any dancing. I was not happy. And I'm generally a happy individual. You know, I choose the sunshine and the stars and the moon and everything like that, as opposed to the cloudy side of depression. But when I was 19, I was going through, actually, it was from a car accident that really disrupted me. I got very hurt in my neck. And then there was a fine line, because we were being pursued to continue treatment. And oscillating back and forth saying, is it real pain or am I making it up in my mind? Are they pushing me towards it or is it genuine? And stress for myself is a very big factor. And the stress of that and the stress of everything going on in my life at that time caused me to really seriously break down so badly that I couldn't, when my parents at 19 took me to my family doctor, which was what I was, it was suggested to do. They said, and I have no recollection of it, acted like a 7-year-old in the room, in the waiting room, that I was playing with the highlight books, if anybody remembers that, and, coloring and playing at the little baby desk. And I was talking and acting like 7 years old, and then snapped out of it, went in, and that began it all, that I needed a psychiatrist. And I'll never forget, it was July 11th of the year, I'm not so sure, in the 70s. And my father was always into numbers. And he said, Charlie, I thought 7-11 was a lucky day, but Camille's having a really bad difficulty and she needs a doctor. And it was all around numbers. It was around numbers, and I couldn't make a decision. I needed to use a pencil, use a pen, write number series down, and I didn't know what was happening. And I changed 5 times a day, and there was a whole process that I was in, and not quite the mindset of normal.
Wow, that would have been confusing and terrifying all at once, having no understanding of what was actually happening.
No, it was confusing and scary, and everybody around me was very worried because my actions were so weird, so different from anything they knew. So that's how it began, and I was so bad. He's my doctor. Well, first of all, I wasn't told a diagnosis, and I don't know if that was for protection or for what purpose, but I never was told I had a mental illness. And I never was told that I was schizophrenic at that time. And the doctor told my parents it could either go away or it could happen again. And, it did over years and years and many, many years.
Wow. That is phenomenal. Wow. And we've got a few comments coming through. Adam said that both him and Kerry are watching us on the television. We're on the widescreen, so we've made it to the big screen in their house. Dale Walsh says hi to both of us. That was a good meditation and so good to see us both. Hi, Dale. Thank you so much for
watching. Hi.
And Adam would like to know, what does mental health mean to you?
Mental health is unfortunately labeled, and I don't really love that, but I do understand that in the psychiatric world, they have to categorize all the different, illnesses, health issues, the challenges that are out there, and they have to departmentalize. But mental illness to me is just a temporary opening and understanding of who the true us who have this condition, and dis-ease with a hyphen, sometimes suffers, sometimes, I always feel that laughter is the best medicine. And if we can laugh through it all and see the other side of it, because there's such a fine line from that sanity to over the top of, having insane aspects of us. And I just feel it's now time to understand it, not be afraid of it, know that there are so many people with it, and it's obviously what was meant to be in my life.
Yeah, I love the way you articulated that, because I personally I had depression for a lot of years, probably a bit over 20 plus years, without realizing it for the bulk of the first part until later on. And I think you're totally right. Like, I think it was a process I had to go through, because it was letting me break free from the shadows that I was attached to, and an unauthentic life I was living that isn't aligned to anything like what I do now, where I felt that I'm supposed to be. So I think it was, as horrible as it is to go through, it can be that blessing in disguise that is unlocking that potential inside and just giving us that opportunity to work through things and find that deeper inner purpose and guide us right to where we're supposed to go.
Yes, I have found for myself that when I first learned that I had it, I didn't learn I had it until I was hospitalized in the state of Colorado when I was married and lived there. Yeah. And I had a breakdown at that point. And what I found was that it's just a matter of understanding. And mine was always around spirituality, religiousness. I was very religious as a child, and it's what saved me. And I said, well, I embrace this. I embrace this because this is what, our Creator has given to me to learn lessons. And hopefully at some point, like right now and going further, I can help others and I can serve others with firsthand knowledge of everything I've been through, and hopefully help them.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I think that's a great way to look at it, isn't it? You've got the tools now. You've lived through it. You've come out the other side. There's no better person to be able to sort of put the guiding hand out to help others through things that has already been through it all. We're not just trying to guess how to come out of this. It's been a lifelong process of learning and understanding and connecting that can make all the changes.
Yeah. Well, I've been diagnosed 3 different times with 3 different labels. And that's why I really dislike labels. So first I was diagnosed schizophrenic. And then at another point in my life and my grandiosity experience, I was diagnosed only bipolar. And then my latest, greatest mental label is schizoaffective manic depression, which bipolar is manic depression.
So it's just one that can encompass everything they've given you now.
Yeah. I mean, I keep getting bigger and better about it all. What can I say?
The way I've been speaking this morning, I certainly wouldn't be able to get that one out if I was diagnosed anytime.
And there was series and reasons why the labeling came. And, I understand it. I accept it. And when I went to my first doctor, I remember his face was just such an expression. I said to him, if I could be a model or an example and help others, let's use me. And he was like, oh no, there's no need for that, but I really felt that was part and parcel of what I would like to, be not the guinea pig, but the helper in understanding. And he didn't go for that.
But the professionals don't like that side of things, do they? I've noticed that a lot as well when you come across like a psychologist, psychiatrist point of view, as opposed to, I suppose, myself having more of a coaching background. They are quite very different philosophies that are both trying to meet at the same endpoint, but coming from very, very different angles. Whereas I think we find the power in that guinea pig as such, where you are prepared to speak and open up and allow people in to hear what you're saying. It rapidizes the process, rather than saying this is going to take a year or 6 months or longer. Once you really open up and allow the conversation to dig deeper into you and share it with others, change can be rapid. Like, I'd love that to be a message for anyone watching, that if you feel like you're in a space where this is going to just linger and linger forever, it doesn't have to be that way. There is plenty of chances for quick change. And yeah, when you're all in and you're speaking to the right people that just are there totally for you, to be present with you, things can move at a real pleasant rate for you.
Yes, the only thing in life that's constant is change. And so when we're in the moment, if we get beyond that deep, dark space that we're in, there's nowhere to go anymore further down, but to brighten up, come up, live in alignment with our creator, God, universe, whatever we call that higher being,
Yeah.
I think that's the gift that everyone, not only mentally challenged and people going to learn how to be in the wellness of it, but just about everyone needs that.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. And we've got some more comments come through. Chris
Sure.
Lynch on and said, very brave. God gives us all a great brain.
Mhm.
So true. And also said, let's break the paradigms of all these labels and help others be their best selves.
Yeah.
Beautiful said, Chris. That is
Thank
fantastic.
you. That's so true. We do need to be our best selves.
Always. If the one thing you've got in life, it's the chance to be a slightly better version of yourself every day. Just 1% every day adds up to a lot over a year.
Right. Just moving the needle a little bit. Like, I know for myself, I'm not 100% there. I mean, there's a lot of disorganized thoughts the way my mind works. I know that I haven't fully healed to the point of the state of true happiness, true bliss, true enlightenment, which is what I attained to reach. I wish everybody would. And but outside of my sacred room here, where I work, play, have a ballet bar, and do some of my old routines. I love to choreograph, and just for myself, know. But outside, more so in my own space, it's not as lovely as it can be. So there are a few consequences that go along with whatever has beset you early on. So the traumas that beset you, the depression that besets you, the mania that comes with it, all the anxieties, all the possibilities that exist. And I've gone so low where it was really kind of a interesting and story, how it all began and started and developed. But I really wound up in a hospital facility in New York in, I believe, 2005. I'm not good with years, but I believe in 2005. And I was there 7 days because I refused to take the medications. And, it wreaked havoc with me. But their interpretation, the medical field, and my interpretation of what was occurring were totally opposed, and I'm just now coming together with the doctor I work with now, whom I love. And instead of, just filling someone with a heck of a lot of medicines and, fogging them out, which I've been there too.
Yeah, it's a permanent mask, isn't it? It's not solving any issue. It's just forcing you to wear a mask constantly with no hope of an end game. There is. Wow. I've been a massive opposer of. I understand totally that there are cases where it's absolutely necessary, but I think the bulk of people that are getting pushed onto medications are because it's just all like too much like hard work to try to help them work through what their real problems are, and just go cop this. They get their easy money. They've prescribed the pills. Go on your way. You're not going to be feeling at your worst. Yeah, of course you're not. But you're not going to be you either. You're going to be walking around wearing this mask constantly.
Through you. You're not going to know your full true self on the medicated brain. So it's a hard and difficult kind of working out together, but I don't think there are enough in the medical field that are, like you said, willing and wanting to work and understand and just kind of put it in a book, way, and don't take the time to really find out each and every individual, because we are each all unique.
Yeah. There's not one size fits all.
No, never in this, challenge.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got heaps more comments coming through again.
Okay.
Richard Fay says, hi, guys and girls. Hi, Richard. Thanks for watching, mate. And we've got one. I've got to go scroll back up. I've got a question from Kerry saying, what do you think is your biggest achievement in life? Oh, and we better say so far, because we know how much more is coming.
I think my biggest achievement was finally realizing, I went up to 205 pounds. I was depressed for 6 months and stayed in bed 9 months. And what my doctor did, which no doctor usually does, was tell me to get off all your meds. Don't take another one. And you know how you're supposed to wean off of them?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was going to die on the floor for 3 days. I think I stayed on the floor 3 days, weaning, just cold turkey, cutting them all off.
Yeah.
And I said, are you sure? But there was no way to get out of it, because I was so deeply dark and depressed that I slept and only, rose to occasionally shower and eat and the necessities of life. And I think getting beyond that has been a real happiness and a real plus for me. And then getting back to my roots of, really being friends and loving. I was born in a Catholic faith. And, I always loved to say poems and prayers and, make God happy. I said, everybody comes to you with all their problems, which is rightly so. That's what you do. But who's going to make you laugh? Who's going to bring you fun? I said, let me always. And if I can do everything and anything to work and please you, that's my goal in life.
That's beautiful. Absolutely. What a great way to look at things. If someone needs to be the light and bring the joy, let it be me, because I'm ready. I'm prepared. That's brilliant.
I'm ready to serve you, with a compassionate heart, and when I was little, around confirmation time and around the Reformation of the church, when it went from Latin, I know I'm aging myself, but when it went from Latin to turning around, facing the congregation, and prayers started in English, and then the songs started changing with guitar. There was a St. Francis of Assisi song, A Channel of Peace. And for a whole summer after school was out, I would go in my room, sit in the corner, cross-legged, and sing the song, Let There Be Peace on Earth and Let It Begin With Me. And I really felt that it was going to begin with me. I don't know why, but I don't know if that's ego or what that is, but I didn't feel egotistical about it. I just wanted to work for God.
No, I don't feel it as ego either, because it's not wanting it for a purpose of gain for yourself. It's wanting to be a gain for others. So yeah, definitely not ego. That's heart. That's not mind. I love it. That's beautiful. Yeah.
And then there was a time in the 90s, that, or probably late, about 96 or 7, where I was like, every time I'm getting sick, it's around God. And I honestly made a conscious decision to give up my spiritual and my religious and anything I felt about God, to call him in my heart. And everything got so worse. I got more angry about things. I got, less patience, less love, less everything that goes along with the light. And, until I found my way back again, it was a conscious decision to break away from something and someone and some being that I love so very much.
Yeah.
So it's been a ride, that's for sure. It's been an adventure.
Yeah, it never ends.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what life really is, an adventure. We have to look at it like that,
Yeah.
because it's a teaching. I feel sometimes like life here on earth is a school. We're all on the stage and we're all the actors and we're playing a role that will help and assist others. And, we each have our own, uh, classroom to be in. We each have our own teacher to be. And of course, always we are a student as well.
Well, probably most importantly, isn't it? Never stop learning. Be a student of life for as long as possible, because there's so much. It's infinite. We can't ever know everything that's out there. Just keep learning and growing, and life changes for the better if you're in a constant space of accepting knowledge. And I think a big challenge for me was being not so closed-minded a lot in the younger days, and opening up to other realms of possibility, not just going, no, this is how it is. I'm not listening, just letting other thoughts, even if you don't agree with them, just being open to listening. And I think that's what makes for a great debate in life, is accepting that we are all going to have different opinions on things, but being able to listen to someone and respect their point of view. Yeah. Whereas the way the world's going now is to shout down anyone that opposes what you think, rather than just have a healthy conversation around going, yep, very interesting, not my beliefs, but I love your viewpoint and where you've thought about it. And it just changes the conversation when you actually care about someone else's thoughts.
Isn't it wonderful when you can have 2, 3, many people talking in a high level discussion of really everybody's perception and viewpoint. And like you said, whether we agree or not, just respect it, be open to it, hear what other people are saying, because it's so needed in our world, especially now.
Yeah. And that's actually, I'll just quickly, Richard said he was off meds of any kind for 6 years, and now he's just on one anxiety med. But by the end of 2021, then he's going to have a review and he's going to go med-free again. So
beautiful.
Congratulations, Richard. And yeah, we're certainly here from you. If you'd like to have a chat to anybody as you're looking at coming off the meds, I'd be more than happy to sit down and have a chat with you for sure. Always open.
Well, Steve, I'm on a small cocktail. Still, I thought, I'd love to get off. I'm always looking to go down. It's a little bit of a disappointment to know that I'm still on a medication, but it's been so many years and so many things transpired. But I'm always asking my doctor, am I ready to go down, on a lower dose? And am I going to be, free from the medication? Can I trust myself with you together? And let's do it. I want to see who I really am in the full sense of my brain.
Awesome.
Yeah,
have that total full awareness without any clouded judgment, anything like that at all. Yes, Richard, I can certainly PM you on Messenger. I definitely will later on this morning, mate. What else have we got coming through? I did notice a question from Kerry up there as well.
Sure.
With the pandemic going on, Camille, how have you coped, and what strategies do you use to get through the day?
Oh, well, when the pandemic first came out, I had spinal cord surgery. So I was in the hospital before the outbreak. February 26th, in 2020, I had spinal surgery, neck pain. So when everyone was, in the house, I would have been in the house anyway, recuperating, which took months because I needed help in the shower. I was on a walker. I was on a cane. That was a really tough time, and it coincided. And but now I spend a lot of time. I'm in. I can name names: Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi's Self-Education Revolution and Mastermind.com. I'm looking to be a spiritual coach, teacher. I want to be an advocate for this. I've always, for 15 more years, wanted to be a public speaker, eradicate mental illness and wellness, and I wanted to, it's always been a little bit of a financial issue with me, that held me back, because I did go on disability because it was at such a low point that I could not add 1 and 1 any longer. It was like a mind of jello,
Yeah.
how bad I had slowly gone down and down and down. And, so I begged my doctor practically to please. He said, no. He said, you go out there, you do it again. I said, I can't, I'm done. And if I don't regret it, but it's been a hard lesson to learn to live on such a small, and I'm grateful every day for receiving the assistance. And I did begin to go off it more than 3 times by getting a full-time position, but stress levels are just not much that I can handle. So my day begins, and I want to make my lifestyle my work way and day. So my day begins with prayers, with journaling, with starting to get more serious about my ball work, dance work. And I'm a daydreamer. I'm a poem writer. I listen in on a little bit of astrology, numerology. I do oracle cards and tarot cards. I'm in a spiritual group with a beautiful coach and teacher, Marilyn Aluria, and lots of other spin-offs and people from that in the community of spirituality. And just working with everyone the way that I have has been a lot of growth, a lot of tools, techniques. I call my treasure chest. And that's the way I spend my day. I don't go out enough in nature, but I love nature, love to take photos. I like to paint, although I love the process, not my product, because I'm not good. I just started late.
That's all right. Right where you need to be.
It's fun. I love it. But so right now I'm still not working, even a part-time job, but I'm working toward creating 2 courses and writing a book and wanting to share my story of a shell that I found on the beach many years ago, and had a dream and was told to write the book. And I woke up almost angry and said, yes, I'll write the book. It's like I had this dream that was conversational, and the spirit was saying to me, you better write it, even though they don't talk like that to us. But they know me. They know I'm a slow go. And and whatever the dream transpired about it, spirit saying, write that book, make that promise. I said, yes, I'll do it, but it'll be 40 years come October 4 that the book is not fully written. I've done numerous drafts, lost them in the Hurricane Sandy in New York. Lots of poems, all the things you can't replace, pictures, and that was a little bit of a downward, not spiral or anything, just a really downhearted feeling that I lost all my, my work. But I am getting it back again. I took a course. A friend gifted me fundraising money, and I have been writing again. I have so much support, and I'm so blessed and so grateful to all the many wonders of people that surround me.
Yeah, the importance of that gratitude, isn't it? Of so many great people around us, and I think that I've talked about this on here a few times, but that the gratitude for everything that's come before, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, and being grateful for all of those bad sides of things that have been such important lessons, teachers, and guides for us. And not only trying to be grateful for good things that make us happy, it's that eternal gratitude for everything, knowing that no matter what, it's leading or guiding or a lesson in some way for us to use moving forward.
We have to be happy with the good, the bad, and the ugly of our lives.
Yeah.
We have to love every detail of our life. And I don't have the quote. You don't know what happened to me. I won't go into a big story about it, but about 7 deep, all my photos came up on my FaceTop of my screen on my computer. And I put 7,341 pieces in the trash. And then and I'm still working on about 3/4 of getting what I need back out of the trash on my Macintosh and my iMac. And so I had to put everything in the trash and start working from pulling out what was needed, what I lost.
Yeah. Oh.
So I don't have it really handy, but I have a quote that I love from a author. Oh, here, maybe it's in my quote file. Hold on. If I can quickly find it. It is something about love every detail of your life, no matter where and what you've done. And, just love every detail of life, because life is, as Tony Robbins says, life happens for us, not to us.
Exactly.
And I truly identify with that. It's happening for us all.
100%. I love it. And Dale said when they were diagnosed, you had to have symptoms for 6 months, whereas now schizophrenia can be diagnosed within a week and given strong antipsychotics without necessarily being needed. So that's an amazing shift, isn't it?
It is a shift, and that's I didn't know that. I kind of feel that's a little ridiculous. There's no blood test to prove that that's what's happening. What I think many times is people is they are coming into the breakthrough of what is really the truth of them, the full sense of the soul of us all. I tend to believe in reincarnation. I have kind of an Eastern Western background now of philosophy, because one time when I was in Hunter College in New York, I was in theater and dance. I was going towards dance therapy, and what happened was I was in a philosophy of religion class, and I had a dream. I have like really exciting and wonderful, powerful dreams, and that's part of my ability of a bit of psychicness. And I had a talking dream, and it's the voice in the dream said, take off your cross, because I used to wear a crucifix and a cross all the time. It said, take off your cross and be open to your course. And we touched on every major religion and also New Age things, and I just really broadened my horizons of being, people used to say, Camille, you're so religious. I'm not religious, I would say. And they said, yes, you are. You're so Catholic. And I said, no, I'm really not. But I've so advanced and grown into more of what source, spirit, our center of our heart is.
Yeah, I love that. It's amazing how you can encompass. You don't have to just say, I'm only aligning with this God, or I'm only sort of going to align with a planet. You can encompass a lot of things together, can't you? And move forward, taking what serves you from each different facet that's out there.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think it's, I used to say this statement, God doesn't put all his eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I think that's a saying that some people say. And I was like, nah, I don't think God puts all his eggs in one basket. It's like around here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
But, because so many people are so good. And I think inherently all people are good. It's just somehow those lower vibrations take hold. I find that it's, it's not a Satan of sin. It's kind of like the sin within us. Our human condition is the sin we do to ourselves. That's what sin is,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love that. You said that perfectly. It's like, it's all of our problems can be found within. It's not an external influence. There is a form of what's going on with us, a creation of ourselves, and the same as what we're projecting out there is what we see in ourselves is what we project onto others. It's an inside job. It's not. You can't just be blaming everything around us for what's going on. We've got to dig deeper and turn inwards.
We're each responsible. We each have a choice. Even the difficult ones that we try and make, I shouldn't say try. A friend of mine, Sandra Paley, says no, should, try, can't, all those words. But we do want to make the best effort to be responsible, to know that we are responsible for every choice in our lives. And this is the freedom that we want to get to, instead of making excuses or, trying to deny what's true about what we do, know.
Yeah. Time to live above the line, not below it. Let's not excuses. Take responsibility and ownership and watch your world change.
This is the golden age. We're in the, the song by the old song in the 60s, 70s, I don't know when, by the fifth dimension, the dawning of the age of Aquarius. We are at the dawning of the age of Aquarius. We've ushered out Pisces, which Christ brought in, and now we're in a new beginning. And isn't it in alignment with the fact that we're in uncharted territories from the pandemic? And isn't it in uncharted territories with what's happening everywhere? And
you just got to pivot and move with what life throws at you sometimes, and adapt and and let things change.
Yes, we have to be open to it. We have to be giving and receiving of and exchanging. And I really truly feel that Christ is the center of our hearts. No matter what our religion was, is, and whatever spirituality we believe in, there's that Christ conscious center. It's the consciousness that we're in awareness of. And if we can be in it, see it, feel it in everything we do, in the moment, like Eckhart Tolle says, being in the moment, when you're outdoors and you see the sun shining, flickering on the leaves, and the light is there, that's a moment of blissfulness. That people don't recognize.
You're so right. Oh, I love Chris Lynch has given us a Yoda quote. There is no try, just do.
Yeah. You either do or you don't.
Can learn a lot from Yoda. And I think, one last one from Richard. Sometimes with my autism, there are moments I cannot know what is right or wrong, and times when I know. Age of Pisces will return Aquarius now, then a different age. It's cyclical.
Yes.
Yeah, everything's cyclical, 100%.
Yeah.
If something's horrible, wait, because the cycle's going to turn it back to great at some point in time.
Exactly. What goes down must come up, like we said. And it's all true that there are seasons that we go in that we really are so harmful to ourselves. We do the worst things we can do. I've been there, done that. And it's not happy. It's not a happy place to be, in sadness and depression. We should wake up daily in joy and gratitude. It's kind of like what the law of attraction will say. There's so many lessons and choices out there to follow, listen, learn from. There's so much knowledge. I feel I've come full circle so many times. I've gone through spiritual deaths and resurrections and, all of that rebirth. And that's what life is.
Yeah, just constant evolution.
Yeah, it's a constant evolution. Yes.
Oh, now we're running out of time, Camille. So I would love for you to let us know what's coming forward. What's the exciting things coming in the life of Camille?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Steve, for letting me share that. Well, as I said, I'm working on a mini course, and I want to do a vision book as opposed to a vision board. Do it for a week and start people off to learn a little bit about who their higher best self, true self is. And in that, through that, come up with visions. This was one that I came up with in a course with Marilyn's group in a class that she teaches. And, there's my microphone. Oh, I get confused.
Yeah, the cameras are on mirror image on this.
There's the microphone. There's, a hard head, heart shaped head, and just, begin to teach them that it doesn't have to be all, it is what it is. The truth will come out through the practice of working with our higher selves, and then leave them on their own after that, after a week. And I will share with them all my centering meditations in an MP4, and it'll be a week long, an hour and a half. And then my big course that I want to really develop and work on more so, and I don't know when exactly it'll be out, but it's Rekindle Self Love and Compassion.
Awesome.
Because I really feel that as good and as happy and as wonderful as life has been, it has been just the opposite also. I'm a Pisces, and I go in both directions. One is the fish can go stream upward, or the fish can go downward. And been there, done that, and I want to just bring women back to self-worth, self-love, self-care, everything about the self, because first and foremost, it's all about being in joy, not in an ego way, but in a loving, humble, and blessed way with ourselves. Because we come into the world, ourselves, and we basically leave ourselves.
Yeah.
So, and that's not to say that it will not mix and match into something else, but I really do have big dreams,
Never give up on those big dreams. Just keep making them bigger and bigger and more expansive, and watch them all come true.
And also my book, the one that I was saying about that I want to write about. I had found a Sandals Shell. It was very small. And what happened was, I've got a tickle. Excuse me.
No, take your time.
I found a Sandals Shell on the beach of Rockaway in Queens, New York. And it was so funny the way it happened, because I just promised, Lord, I said, I will not pick up any shells today. I'll only walk, talk, and be with you. And all of a sudden, boom, like a light of lightning, this struck in the sand was so compelling for me to pick up and grab. And I thought maybe it was a real diamond. I said, wow, I don't want to miss this, And then I said, no, this is something special. I gravitated toward it. I went in a circle around it. I was like in a conundrum. And I said, I'm picking it up. Before I could even make a conscious decision, it was in my hand. And it was a small, round Sandals shell. And I didn't know the legend of a Sandals shell until 3 years later. So our journey takes on the measure of time, even though time is spaciousness and not linear, but I am where I am meant to be right now. And writing the book finally will be transformational, and it will tell a story of how we change, how we develop, how we grow. And so then if the book is what I hope to be successful, I will speak publicly. And I wanted to speak to psychiatrists in the making, you know, students, and really try and impress upon them how the need of them being transformed more so. I don't know what's out there now in the, you know, the world of psychiatry and psychology and, you know, coaches, teachers, doctors. But I know what I went through, and boy, it was tough.
Yeah.
Starting in the 70s. Yeah.
I think I'm going to have you on again, Camille, because I think
I would love it.
we've got heaps more that we can cover here.
Oh my goodness, yes.
We'll once we've finished up here, we'll stay on and we'll have a quick chat and we'll work something out.
Oh, I would love that, Steve. Thank you.
That has been a brilliant, amazing story. Like I said, we've got so much more to cover with you. I know it. You've just been absolutely amazing. Your passion is fantastic, and I'm sure everyone watching's got so much out of hearing you talk so passionately about your journey.
Yeah, I hope so. I really wish that.
And I'd love to thank everyone that's taken the time to watch us and be with us, and so many comments and engagement, and everyone that's going to be watching a replay. We appreciate you as well. And I'll be back again on Monday, I think 11 a.m. UK time and 8 p.m. Aussie time. I'll be with Kerry Burr and Julia Caro talking about NLP on Monday. So that's our next little session for anyone that wants to tune in.
Absolutely great.
So once again, thanks so much, Camille. You have been amazing.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I'm so excited to be able to represent mental health and be part of the arena of having been born with it, to teach, share, to give all that I know.
That's brilliant. You're an amazing soul, and this
thank you.
Can't wait to watch this journey just keep growing. I'll be on board with you.
Thank you, Steve. And thank you, Adam and Kerry.
Yes, thank you. And yes, Richard, I'll PM you shortly. I'm jumping into a meeting soon, but I will get back to you today. And everybody else, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.